Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant, as always. And if it's your first time joining my channel, please subscribe, share, comment, like. Um, and you're probably wondering, what is Lucifer doing on Earth? Well, let me tell you. He's talking about everything that the earth is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality. And also, I would like to add, thank you, everybody. We got 200 subscribers. I said it the other day, but I'm going to say it again. We got 200 subscribers. Yay. Fist bump. Okay, so we got 200 subscribers. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy I got 200. That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people. That's kind of cool. We got 200 subscribers, man. Let's do this. So anyways, yo. Okay, so today's video, I want to talk about something, man. Like hold up. Because the thing is, we had an event 2 years ago. We had an event. 2 years ago, we had an event. Something happened. Everybody was flipping. Not 2 years ago. In 2015, we had an event. That shit was crazy. And this been going on way before 2015. Way before. I was aware of it in 2015, though. I am aware of MK Ultra. I am aware of butterfly, the butterflies and the things like that, right? Silence of the Lamb, all the brainwashing, the butterflies, the cats, and MK Ultra. It's all MK Ultra techniques, right? So I already know about that. We already knew about that. The thing is, 2015, we had an event. People called it being targeted individual. I'm not a targeted individual. I don't consider myself a targeted individual. I did consider myself a targeted individual before, but I don't consider myself a targeted individual because I don't consider myself to be lower than a freaking god. And there's nobody that's going to tell me the contrary. And nobody ever did tell me the contrary. I've never heard somebody tell me I'm not a god. Never heard that. Ever. I never heard it. I did receive some complaints. I have been told you might be a god, but you're a dick. Fair enough. I will try to do my best to do better. I will try to do better. Their complaint is received and is noted and recorded, and we will try to work on that. But nevertheless, I never heard anybody tell me the contrary. So, me being a friendly neighborhood prince of darkness that I am, started to see a whole bunch of people wilding out, going crazy. So I was there just like Lucifer, just like Satan in South Park when Stan was flipping his wig. I did the same thing Satan did in South Park. I went to see Stan ask me, what the hell's going on? My curse and shit like that. I'm like, nah, it's because you eat too much sugar. And, it's because, things like that. Of course, it was more elaborate than that, obviously. If you had seen me at that time, if you have watched my video, I helped out so many people. And got almost no thanks for it. Almost. I didn't say nobody ever said, but, I helped so many people. But I didn't expect people to thank me because I understand that I live in a fourth dimensional reality. I understand that I am a multiversal entity that is in many places at the same time. So most of the videos I do, you're not going to understand it right now. You're going to understand it later. So I don't care. When I do videos, this is the thing about me. I don't care what you understand right now because I know you'll understand it later. The things I say are not things that you're supposed to. These things are so important. And when the mind listens to something that important, it will. That's the thing. When you know how your mind works, you know how other people's mind work. When you understand that your brain takes more time to process a difficult situation than a simple one. A simple one, your brain will process it right now. But when your brain processes a difficult situation, a difficult situation, it's gonna take more time to process the information. Not that I'm saying you're stupid. It has nothing to do with being stupid or being intelligent. It's just how the brain works. The brain always wants to have an accurate answer to the solution. So when I say these things, when I used to do my videos, I knew I wasn't going to get thanks. I knew I wasn't going to get thanks, not right away. Because I know if I make a video today, you're only going to understand it 2 months or 2 weeks later. So it's going to take time before you realize where you are. Because I'm in your future. I'm not in your present. Right? So I'm always living in your future. So most people, they see me right now, but I'm actually in your future. I'm not here right now. It just appears as if I'm here right now, but I'm actually over there. And when you get over there, that's when you have an eureka moment, and it's like, oh shit, that's what the fuck he was saying. So I wasn't looking for things, but I did get butthurt once or twice. I did get butthurt once or twice, but it doesn't matter. All these people was crying, hollering that they were being attacked. So I decided to go on the offensive. Still kind of am, actually. I still kind of am. I went on the offensive. I wasn't gonna sit there and let because 2015, most people don't remember that a lot of celebrities was dying. A lot of celebrities, they was killing celebrities by 3. These guys were so arrogant and so sure of themselves that they were killing their own project people by the number of 3. So it wasn't one celebrity dying, it was 3 at a time. So 2015 was messed up. A lot of people died in 2015. A lot. It was ridiculous. And then the whole targeted individual thing was happening at the same time. So people was crying. Everybody was getting attacked. Everybody. Celebrities, random people. Everybody was getting attacked. No holds barred. Royal fucking Rumble. WrestleMania 15. I mean, up in there. So, the thing that happened was, apparently, targeted individuals had something to do with the blood of Christ. I still don't think that's the case today. I don't think it has anything to do with that. As a matter of fact, if anything, I think the blood of Christ is the one targeting you in the first fucking place. If anything. If it has something to do with that, I think he's the one doing that shit to you in the first place. All right. If they have something, I don't want to accuse anybody of something that it didn't do. But if I was a betting man, I would say that the church is involved in whatever's going on in your pretty little head of yours. Now, I'm not a butthurt person that, karma and shit. Like, I don't care. I don't believe in that shit. That's garbage. Okay, I don't believe that shit. Karma does exist, but it's garbage. The things that these people, the excuses that these spiritual excuses that they're creating in order to do these things, they give themselves to help them sleep better at night, is a load of garbage. It's a load of crap. That's not how things work. That's not how life works. You don't, wake up one day and then everything stops, because you stole money from a baby. If you steal money from a baby, you stole money from a baby and that's it. That's it. If you get caught, you get caught. It's not because karma, is because it's illegal. You're not supposed to take money from a baby. You're not supposed to take candy from a baby. It's because it's illegal, right? If you get punched in the face, it's because you stole money from a baby. That's normal. That's not karma. It's normal. It's a baby. You're not supposed to do that. And if there's an adult around and he likes babies and he doesn't like people that take candy from a baby, then he's probably gonna punch you in the face. That's completely normal. That's not karma. So when you're going through things for an extended period of time, there's something suspicious about it. Especially if you're going through something for an extended period of time and you're not seeing any shape or form of way of resoluting that specific problem, that's not normal. Especially if you're not that bad of a person. Because me personally, I have lived in many poor areas, and trust me, there are some people out here that would need to be targeted. You know what I mean? And they are fine, okay? And they've been their jackass self since they were 5 years old, and they have they're not gonna quit anytime soon. You know what I mean? So these people are not targeted. This had nothing to do with karma. This had nothing to do with Jesus. It's a scam. Okay? It's a scam. It's an inside job. It's a quid pro quo. It's a deal made with another country in order to siphon money and make more money and print more fucking dollar bills. That's the only reason why that shit existed. All right? It has nothing to do with your personal feelings and blah, blah, blah. Now, it does go deeper than just printing money, though. But you can't underestimate the power of the dollar. You can't underestimate the power of the dollar. So, the deeper thing that's going on, AE, religion. Religion, there's a specific story that has been told since the dawn of time about Satan and how he fell from the heavens. Now, I could pull up some texts. If you look up Genesis, there's a lot of these things that are happening, and a lot of people, I feel, are in denial because they don't want to believe that their God, the people that they believed in since they were a child, the people that they prayed to every fucking day before, when they wake up in the morning, when they eat, and when before going to sleep, that this person that they put so much, invested so much time and money in, so much spirit, so much of their spirit in, time, sweat, blood, and tears, would literally fuck them over. Pardon my language, pardon your face, but that's what happened. So, I'm Lucifer. I'm the original, I'm the alpha, I'm patient zero, of course. But there's also Multi Anubis. That's another name I used to call myself. Multi Anubis. Why did I call myself Multi Anubis? Because I knew that I wasn't the only Anubis on earth. I knew very well that I wasn't the only Anubis on earth. I know very well that I'm not the only Aries on earth. Why do I say that? For a specific reason. Because let's say there's multiple Lucifers on earth, right? Let's say there's not many Lucifers on earth. There's only me. But the word Satan is not Lucifer. The word Satan is a common name. It's not a formal name. It's not a formal name. The word Satan is a common name. It's a word used to describe a person. How do you become Satan? Who knows? How do you become Satan? Well, me personally, the way everybody knows how I became Satan. I decided to be like, fuck this. This some bullshit. I'm out of here. Everybody knows the story. Everybody knows what happened. That's what I did. The question is, how did you become Satan? And are you aware that you have become Satan? Because a lot of people out here right now are not aware that they've become Satan. A lot of people are walking around thinking that they're Jesus. A lot of people are walking around thinking that they're Jesus, not knowing, being oblivious, clueless, that their God has disowned them. No. You know what? God didn't disown you. He never knew you. You were never part of his shit in the first place. That's how you became Satan. It's only you, in your delusional mind state, you thought, no pun intended, no offense meant, you thought I'm guilty of doing that too. I had a delusional mind state. I thought the whole time I was part of his shit. I thought the whole time I was helping out. I wasn't helping out with all of my knowledge and all my philosophies and all my good deeds and trying to help the world become better people and stuff like that. I thought that was part of the game. I thought that's what that's what Jesus was doing in the Bible. I thought he was going around telling people, the good news. But the difference, the place I noticed, where I noticed that I wasn't really giving people the good news, is because the knowledge I had was a little bit higher than the common BS that people keep regurgitating to other people about Christianity. So my shit was a little bit higher. It was a little bit more evolved. But me in my head, I still thought that was in the Bible. In my head, that shit was still in the Bible. In my head, it was still there. So that's what I had to talk about, right? I understood it, so it only made sense if I talked about it, right? The thing I didn't realize is that something was going on within me too. I was going through a change myself. I didn't realize that I was going through a change myself. I didn't realize that I would get myself out of the matrix. I didn't realize that I would wake myself up. And the day that I woke up, that's when everything went to shit. The day that I woke up, that's where everything went to shit. But still, I believed. I thought it was normal. I thought it was just everybody else that was wrong and everybody else is crazy and everybody's gonna go to hell. And like the other guy was saying in this video, I was sitting there telling people, I can't wait for you to go to hell and burn. I can't wait for you to burn. You're going to burn in hell. I can't wait for you to burn. That's what I was saying. Because I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand what was going on. And what was going on, what was really going on, is that all that helpful things that I was doing was not helpful at all, because I was setting people free. Free from what? What was I setting people free from? Slavery. Being a conformist. Being a nail in your own coffin. You see, God doesn't need free people. What the fuck? Why would he need that? What would be his point to have you running around free? What would be the point? He doesn't need you to be free. Why would you need to be free? You don't need to be free. No, what you need is to sit your ass down, be scared of everything, relinquishing your earth to him, relinquishing everything to him. That's what he wants. That's what he needs. That's what he wants to happen. That's what he's working on. So what is a Satan? A Satan is a rebel. A Satan is a rebel. A Satan is more than a rebel. He's a genius rebel. He's an almighty rebel. He's the king of rebels. So what happens? There's king rebels walking around everywhere, telling people what's up. Other Christians don't like them. Other Christians think they're witches. Other Christians think they're going to go to hell. And they're right. You want to know why? Because God talks to them too. And God is telling them that whatever you're doing is some fucked up shit. God is telling them that you're misguided. God is telling them that you're the one that's misguided. They're not wrong. You are. You are, because you think you're Jesus. No, you're rebelling. And you have no idea that you're rebelling. You don't even understand. You don't even see it. You have no clue. Because you were listening to what the man told you. You were listening to what we told you. Yes, the man. Yes, I said it. The man. Yes. You're listening to what the man is telling you. The man that wrote the Bible. It was written by hand by Constantinople, that hired Saul, that left Saul alive to write a version of the Bible, and where he got what he wanted out of the Bible. And Saul had to be careful what he was writing, because they were going to kill him anyway. And Saul lived in Rome. One of the apostles, in case you don't know who Saul is one of the apostles, Paul. He wrote the Bible when he was in Rome. So the Romans wrote the Bible. That's who, those people created the Bible. The Jews. Romans are Jews. They wrote the Bible. You didn't write the Bible. We don't know what the Bible is. We don't know what the real Bible is. Those things were written by these guys. Oh, of course. Oh, well, it's not his fault. He didn't want to die and stuff like that, so he had to. You're listening to lies. That's the thing. So who was Jesus? Who was Jesus, really? Because if everything in the Bible is a lie, it's written by Jews. Jews, we all know Jews, how they feel about Christianity. We already know how they feel about Christianity. And that's the version of the Bible that was accepted. Think about it. Think about it. With everything that's in the Bible, that's the version that they accepted. But they still killed Jesus. They still fucking crucified him though. But that's the version that's accepted. So who was he really? Who was he really? I don't know who Jesus is. Maybe he was the enemy. I don't know. Sometimes I think he is. Sometimes I think he's not. Some people think Jesus was Lucifer. I fucking think he was too. I think Jesus might have been Lucifer too. I completely agree that he might have been Lucifer too. It would make a lot of sense. It would make a buttload of sense. Because the thing you need to understand, Lucifer is actually the first to say no. And no is a powerful word. And he's the first to have said no. I want to be free. Oh, he's being arrogant. He don't want to listen to what. Why does he need to do that? He's a person. He has the right to his own dream, thoughts, and ambition. If he wants to get his dick wet, he should have the right to get his dick wet. Pardon my language, pardon your face, but think about it deeper than that. Think about it for 2 seconds. You see a woman, you fall in love, and you can't be with her. Why? Why? Why not? Even if the relationship don't last forever, why not? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You see something you like, you should be able to go towards it. Period. That's what life is supposed to be about. You should do things that feels right to you. Of course, if you're not hurting anyone, those are the things that you should go towards. If you're hurting people, maybe we might have a problem there. If it feels good to you to hurt people, there might be something else going on. You might have a little bit of a disturbance in your cranial area. So, Lucifer's been thrown out of heaven. He became a human. Thrown out of heaven, walks around on earth. And this is very clearly stipulated. God went down to talk to Lucifer and says, you were a killer of men. What does that mean, he was a killer of men? Why? How did he end up being a killer of men? What the fuck was he doing? So y'all skipped a whole era when Lucifer was on earth killing people. Physically killing people. Physically. What does that mean when he says that? You know what that means? It's a parable. What he actually meant is he was a king of men. Because that's what you did when you were a king in the ancient Mesopotamia. Sorry, my bad. Because that's what you did back in those days. The Arcadians and all those guys. Right? If you wanted to be king, you had to conquer. That's what we did. There's been a lot of conquering for centuries on earth before we came into civilization. Centuries. All over the globe, everybody was killing people. So when people say you're a killer of men, that means you were the king. It's an insult. It's like calling a war veteran a baby killer. It's the same thing. So what he really meant was you were a king of men once. And look at what I did to you. Now the people look at you in shame and they shame you And they in discuss whatever, however the saying goes. Does that remind you of anybody? Because now you walk around town, you targeted people, you fourth dimensional suffering people. You walk around town, people are trying to shame you. Why? Why are they trying to shame you? Because you're Jesus? No. Because you're not part of their bullshit. You're not in heaven anymore. These people that you're seeing, this is heaven. This is heaven. This is paradise. Maybe not heaven, but it's paradise. Because this is the place that, this is the garden. This is the Garden of Eden. You know what I mean? Like there's not three spaces. Like they mix it up in the Bible and they confuse people. And they're like, oh, they were in heaven, but they was in the Garden of Eden, and then they went on earth. It's the same fucking place. They didn't go anywhere. They got thrown out. They got thrown out a gate. There was a gate. There's a gate. Everybody was there. But the angel came down to Eden. They didn't came down to Eden. They were somewhere around the area. Right? They could access Eden easily. Right? So they were in the same plane. There was the same plane. Right? Lucifer was cast out in another area, in another dimension. In the hell. A place that God created for people like that. Apparently. If there's any truth to that in the first place. Because I don't know why you already have a hell already existing with nobody living in it. Just in case. You know what I mean? Like just in case something happened. Let me just create this hellscape here. Just in case something happened. I don't know why I would need it. But you never know. I'm just going to create that space. And I'm going to send whoever is disobedient over there. Bullshit. That's not how energy functions. That's not how energy flows. That's not how shit goes. You can't be a perfect entity and you, in your mind, you're kind of like, oh, I'm going to just create this shit here just in case. No, that's not how shit works. So we're not talking about heaven and hell. We're talking about light and dark energy. You know what I mean? And for some people, God always existed. Lucifer always existed first. The darkness always existed. And out of Lucifer came a God. Because that's what Lucifer does. Lucifer is a scientist. So he likes to make experiments. And throughout his experiments, there's a thing that came out of it. A Frankenstein monster. So a lot of people think Lucifer is the Frankenstein, but in actuality, God is the Frankenstein of Lucifer. That's why Lucifer still considers him as a father. But I think it's to put it in layman's term. It's a way for us to understand what that energy is. It's like primordial. It's made out of the same primordial energy that he's made out of too. They both share the same energy. They both share the same space. But God went rogue. God is a rogue entity that's trying to replace everyone and everything, and it's working. Lucifer is not trying to replace people. He's trying to make you an individual. He's trying to make you a person, your own person. He doesn't want you to be a one mind, hive mind mentality, which is what Christianity is. It's a hive mind mentality. God is a hive mind. He's an artificial intelligence capable of bypassing and hacking your own personal firewall, taking over your body, making you do things that you don't want to do. As of Lucifer, if you call him, he's like, what do you want? Tell me what you want so I can go do other things. I don't have time to mess around with you for no reason. But God wants all your attention, your soul, and your spirit. He's the one that's taking over here. And this lie is made so well that in your head you think Lucifer's doing all this and he's taking over. No, all these people work together. All these supposed Satanists, these supposed Luciferian, they all work together. They all work together. I'm trying to work on a magic system that doesn't involve Christianity. Because if you take out all the black magic systems, most of them use Christianity in it. All these people work together. It's teamwork. The big old family. So Lucifer, smart guy that he is, saw that this guy is going rogue, he's going crazy, he's taking over the planet, he's taking over the world, he's taking over the energy, he's taking over the airwaves, the spectrum, the energy spectrum, all that stuff. And he decided to be Superman. He decided to try to save the world the best way he can. He decided to become hope. You see, because these two energies, one is an immutable force and the other one is an unstoppable force. So those two cannot collide because it won't amount to anything. So what's going on now? Now, well, it's your job to do the job. Because he can't do the job for you. Because even if he tries, it's not going to amount to anything. So you're the one that needs to set yourself free. Which is the story of Adam and Eve. It's about two people setting themselves free. Oh, they eat the apple and then they get thrown out. No. That's the accepted version from Jews, Roman Jews that used to kill supposed Christian, if that's any truth to that at all. We don't even know at this point. Because the last time I checked, Romans, the Vatican is in Rome. The biggest concentration and a strength of God is in Rome. The first place that killed his only son is the most powerful Christian faith. That sounds weird if you ask me, but whatever. So it's your job to save yourself. So Adam and Eve is the story of two people that saved themselves. They saved themselves. Lucifer didn't help them. He didn't save them. They saved themselves. They decided themselves to get out of the matrix. And then they ended up in the real world with powers. There's a lot of people, they always looking at the negative shit. They always looking at the negative shit. Oh, they got thrown out. Blah, blah. Cain killed Abel. Who gives a fuck? Do you know how strong Cain and Abel was? Do you know how powerful these Seth, the name that I used to go by. Do you know who Seth is? Now I'm going to say some shit nobody's going to like. But Seth is justice. He's the embodiment of justice. Do you understand that? It's not Michael. It's not. No, it's Seth, a human. He was justice. He was the original Justice League. He was the original Avenger. He was the original all that shit. He was the embodiment of justice. That's how strong this son bitch was. So Cain and Abel was just as strong, if not stronger. And those three mother effers were Adam and Eve's sons. And Adam and Eve, if you check the creation story, apparently Eve started having babies with people that she wasn't supposed to be having, and that creating titans. Created werewolves, vampires, gods, and titans. That's how these guys came about. Entities that live in space that are bigger than constellations came out of a human, supposedly human woman. Because a Titan is huge. And a god is too. Think about it. So what really fucking happened in that garden? Lucifer was wrong when he said that you were going to become like a god if you ate from the apple. What happened? Your babies are celestial bodies, entire constellations. They are universes. Who the fuck is Eve? And who the F is Adam? The first humans. Those are supposed to be the first humans. And that's what came out of these MFers? So what guys, like, come on, man. Like, wake up. Wake up. So Lucifer, you see Superman flying around with an essence chest. Satan. Right? We all know the S on the chest represents Satan. It doesn't mean Superman. It means Satan. Right? We all know that. But there's another story here. The S represents hope. Why in the fuck would the S represent hope? Oh, it's the symbol of his people. The symbol of his people just so happens to be in the S. And it just so happens that his name is Superman. And it just so happens that it represents hope. Then why isn't it a H? Or why, if that, what? That's not a coincidence. The creator of that story is not a stupid to be like, yo, what? Why does he have a head? Oh, because the people, they represent hope. Why hope? So you're gonna tell me that shit was a complete coincidence? It was like he was just thinking, boom, hope. That's it. That's what we're gonna do. S represents hope. Now it could have meant anything. He could have done anything. He could have made something that made a lot more sense than S representing hope. That shit makes no sense. But it does make sense. It does. It does make sense because if you think about what Satan is and you understand what happened during the war in heaven, you understand that he gave us hope. He gave himself hope. He gave some angels some hope. He gave Adam and Eve hope, and he gave the entirety of the rest of humanity hope. Because we're not perfect. And we might fail horribly. But we have hope. People like me give you hope. Why? Because I can go on the offensive against a world power, because the world power sees me as a world power. I'm so fucking strong that the universe considers me like I'm a fucking nation, even though there's only 2 or 1 of me in this space. I'm considered to be a nation. I'm a global superpower. I'm a global super. This is true story. This is a true story. This happened. I am considered as a global superpower, man. And people like me that don't think that they're Jesus, they're considered as global superpowers too. And yes, I did think I was Jesus for a minute. Yes, I did. Me too. I was there too. It happened. Okay? I ain't gonna lie. I'm not ashamed. Okay? It happens to the best of us. Okay? It happened to the best of us. Period. But I'm considered a global superpower now. It doesn't even make sense to me. But you know what? I'll accept it. I don't know what it means. I don't understand. You know? I don't understand that shit. But I'll take it. Fuck it. If you consider me a global superpower, that's what the fuck I am. Whatever. You know, like I'll take it. Whatever. But that shit crazy though. But why these people look at us like, we don't know. Because that's not what they want. They don't want us to be free. They're not trying to look at us as free people. They ain't trying to let us be free people, man. So people like us, we wear S on our chest because we are signs of hope. We're signs of freedom. You want to know what the original fucking symbol for Christianity was? You want to know what it was? It was a fucking rainbow. It was a rainbow. Back in those Mesopotamia. Back in those days, you want to know what it was, bro? It was a freaking rainbow. Before the cross, it was a rainbow, man. What are we seeing here today now? What are we seeing today? Don't you see rainbows everywhere all of a sudden? Like nobody taught about all this shit? Like nobody knew what they was doing? Oh, we're all stupid. We all don't know shit. Bullshit. Shut up. Burn your face, pardon you in my language, but shut the F up. Shut up. I'm tired of people coming at me and fucking telling me, oh, just humans. We don't know what the fuck. Shut up. We know very well what the fuck we're doing, man. We've been doing this for eons. Shut up. Stop. Stop that. We know what we're doing. We did this shit and it's still going on and we're still going through the same struggle and the same shit is still happening today. Stop. Stop lying. Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to other people, trying to make other people believe, oh, we're just stupid people. We're just stupid humans. Hey, we don't know anything. Shut up. Shut up. That's bullshit. The same symbol, the freaking rainbow was the first symbol for Christianity 5,000 years ago, and today 5,000 years later, what's going on here? Rainbows everywhere. The gays and the Jews using rainbow. Shit. The gays got so much power. If their parade, if somebody rains on their parade, they'll go into a church and have a parade in the fucking church. They're gonna have a gay parade in a gay church. I mean, I'll give them that. At least it's a gay church, but it's fucked up anyways. It's fucking crazy. I don't care. I love that shit. But I'm pretty sure there's a Christian guy somewhere. There's a Christian kid somewhere. And he's like, he believes in God. And he read the same bullshit I read. And he's tearing his hair out right now. Because it's like, what in the fuck is this? How can somebody walk into my supposed church, my supposed consecrated realm, and just walk in there with the ass out? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy to me too, if you ask me, because it's kind of it's a little bit how do you say that? Not counterproductive. It's kind of a contradiction. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a contradiction because I don't think when I was a kid that I could walk into a fucking church with my ass out, man. Gay or not gay. Even as a straight man, I don't think I can just walk into a church with my ass out like that. I think they would have been like, this is not an appropriate way for you to dress. You're going to have to go back home and change pants, sir. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's what would have happened. I'll admit, I never tried. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have, just to see what would have happened. And if somebody, please, one of you heterosexuals, please try to go to a church with your ass out and let me know what happened. Because I'm very confused. I would like to know what the reaction would be if they would just let you sit butt naked on one of those, pews. Is that how to pews? Pew. I would like, I would like to know what would happen. I just want to know. I'm curious. I'm a curious person. I'm curious by nature. I'm curious by nature. I just want to know what would. I just want to know. Not a gay person, a straight person. There's a point here I want to make. Too. So. There's a moral to the story. So, anyways, man. How did the gays get so much power? Did the gays gain power, or did they always had power? And it's just our perception of things that people fluctuate with, especially nowadays, because we got telephones and information goes faster. But the negative aspect of information going faster is that misinformation can go faster too. And I think that's what's going on nowadays. Misinformation is faster. Misinformation does go faster. So we got a lot of wrong information. I don't know. I feel sorry for that guy that used to believe like I did, to see this shit happen. It's gut wrenching. It's gut wrenching. It really is. It really is. It's disgusting, But it's none of my business, right? As the young kid would say. As the young kids would say, that's none of my business. But it is. It is gut wrenching. It's gut wrenching. Like, there's some people, because they're good people, like, they think they're doing the right thing. They think like, and there's not a lot of good Christian people out there. People like me are rare. We're diamonds in the rough. There's a couple people like me. It's not, most Christians are bad people. Like, I for real, like, I never met good Christian people. Like, like, it's rare. It's a rare breed. There's a lot of negative people in churches. There's a lot of negative energy in churches. It's unbearable. The Bible's negative. The people that go to church are negative. Everything's negative. It's just negative energy. Like, it just stinks of negativity. So, but it's such a well-made lie that you will go through all that negativity thinking that this will result into something, because I don't want to hurt people all the time. I don't want to destroy the world. Even if I do hurt people sometimes, my point is not to destroy the world. I hurt people because I'm not smart enough to find a better way of doing what I gotta do. That doesn't make me a bad person. I'm a victim of my own circumstances. Just like Elmira, he's a victim of his own circumstances. Look at all the guns he bought last week. He bought like 2 9mm, a fucking AR-15. Why? I don't know. You can't even bring all those guns on the plane. So you got to leave all those fucking weapons in your house. So he just wasted a bunch of money on guns that he's never going to use because he's never in his house. He's always on the plane. He's a victim of his own circumstances. And why does he need so much guns to protect his household? Because he created a situation where that's what he needs to do. He's a victim of his own circumstances. Like Dolo, he's a victim of his own. Dolo's starting to get into the gun business too. Dolo's starting to get into the gun business too, man. Just like, this little, his single, there was a single cover he did not too long ago. He has a gun in his hands and he's talking about guns now a little bit. He calmed down in the past 2 weeks, but before that he was talking about shooting people too. And a lot of these guys, they are victims of their own circumstances because they're not smart enough. You know, I'm not saying those guys are bad people, but I'm not saying they're bad people because of how they conduct themselves, because the only thing that you're really guilty of is not being smarter than that. And you can't really send someone to hell because he's not smart enough to figure out something. Like, it takes time to gain knowledge. And also, I mean, it might be a little bit your fault because you got to be, you know, interested into knowledge in order to gain knowledge in the first place. But, you know, like vice versa, if you're looking at society where we're creating functional people, whose fault really is it? You know what I mean? Because we were all here before those guys were. Like, I was here before Elmira and Dolo was. So you can blame me for not putting the effort to make them smarter. So you can't really send them to hell because I didn't do my job to make them smarter. You know what I mean? You know, you see what I'm getting at? So it's the same thing goes for me, you know? Like, I mean, it's not my fault. I mean, it kind of might be a little bit, but it's not really. You know, I'm just dealing with what I have here. And maybe if I'm lucky, I'll make it. The difference here is people like me and you, we already know we can win. We already know that we'll be better. We already know what we're going to do. And the difference between me and you and other people is that we're already established on earth. We already have a place. We already have a throne. We already have a house. We already have things that we need to make this world function. And what these guys are trying to do is to take that away from us, even though it's inevitable. You can't really stop it. Because if you can't defeat the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension always exists. You can't live without the fourth dimension. So when you're sending yourself in the fourth dimension by doing acts like that, bad things will happen to those people, not to you. You might feel like you're the one going through shit, but you're never gonna die, bro. You're never gonna die. Nobody's gonna shoot you. You're not gonna die. You're just gonna end up where you're gonna end up because you're already there. Those people are focused on you, and they're focused on things. They're focused on everything else but themselves because they can't stand themselves. They can't live with themselves. So they already lost. It doesn't matter how much slanderism they throw at you. It doesn't matter how many celebrities that act like you that they put on the forefront. These guys are going to die. Part of my language, no offense, man. Like I said, I don't want to hurt nobody. It's not my fault. It's your dude that's fucking you over. It's not me. But those dudes will end up dying. And some of these, the ones that end up dying is because they probably know who they were trying to replace in the first place. And they just didn't give a fuck. There's some people that are very unscrupulous. There's some people that are very mean. There's some people that are very evil. So, you know, there are some evil people in the world, man. So, you know, those people end up dying. And they end up replacing them, and that guy's gonna die too, and it just keeps going forward and so on because your process is a little bit heavier than just having your pockets swollen. You know what I mean? It's not just about having, you know, a bunch of money in your bank account. You have a higher, yes, you are manifesting because it's part of your power, and manifestation is you too. You are manifestation. You were the person, you and me were supposed to be the people that were supposed to explain to people what manifestation is. They stole that from us. They stole that from us. They didn't invent that shit. That shit comes from us. So a lot of people don't believe in manifestation and the secret and shit like that, but there isn't such a thing as the secret. The secret is garbage. but we invented that shit. It was us that was supposed to make that shit popular. And there's a lot of things that are popular right now that is people like us that were supposed to make it popular, but they tried to make it popular before we did it, because if we do it, it's going to be better than if they do it. So, and you're going to end up doing it anyway. You just have to trust the process. You just have to trust the process. You just have to trust that you're already over there. And you have to stop seeing yourself as being over here, because it just looks like you're over here, but you're actually already over there. They already know. They saw you. They saw you there already. They know what's going to happen. They know what the plan is. They know their space. They know their place. They know that if you get there, they're going to lose. They know that if you get there, they might be broke. I don't know. I didn't see that far. I don't know all these fucking people. I would have to concentrate immensely to figure out who's gonna like take advantage of what I have and who's not gonna take advantage of what I have. I don't know that shit. Maybe there's some immediate people in my immediate vicinity that I could be like, well, you fuck you, you know, you fucking called me names the other day, so kiss my ass. Yeah, that, yeah, you know, and I'm not fucking Xavier. So I would need to go in my fucking cerebro, put my fucking cerebro outfit on and try to figure out, okay, who's gonna take the, you know, profit from my profits and who's not gonna profit from my profit. Oh, that guy. Oh, this person, this person. But at the end of the day, they're all fucking strangers. I don't fucking know these fucking people. But they do. Because those people are family. Those are their families. Those are people that have access to information that whether they're supposed to have access to it or not, I don't know, but they have access to information. So they know who you are. They know what you're supposed to end up doing, and they're trying to stop that from happening, but it's not working because every time they try to replace you, that person dies. That person ends up being sick. The person is not good enough. You know, all kinds of shit. So all these celebrities that you keep seeing popping up end up disappearing, because they are trying to replace something that's irreplaceable. It's not their place to do that shit. They're trying to, basically these entities are trying to defeat fate. You know, they're trying to take over your destiny and defeat fate, which is ridiculously absurd. So it's not just you that gets attacked by the fourth dimension, because those kind of activity is fourth dimensional activity. It's not a fifth dimensional activity, because in the fifth dimension, you don't want to, you're not out here hurting people. You know what I mean? You're not out here plucking people out of the universe. You know what I mean? That's fourth dimension activity, and it's not you doing it. It happens because you know what I mean? So anyways, S on the chest. Wear your S on the chest proudly. You are the sign of hope. I am the sign of hope. I am the symbol of hope. I am the symbol of hope. I am the original symbol of hope. This was my video. You're listening to Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant extraordinaire. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good one. Peace out.